This recording goes along with my last blog post. You can find the link to that in the description below if you're coming straight to this video. I'm covering how to automate the building of a Crossplane package and then delivery to the Crossplane cluster. For that, I'm using GitHub with GitHub Actions, Argo CD, and Crossplane. Now, I've done some posts already on Argo CD with Crossplane, so you can get some more information about that from those. When it comes to building Crossplane packages and GitHub Actions, I've provided links to docs on both of those within the blog post itself, so I won't get into great detail on how to create all those components. I'm going to walk through kind of the process though. So within my Git repo, I have all the files that I need to build a Crossplane configuration package. And in that case, it's typically compositions and composite resource definitions, and then a Crossplane YAML file that instructs the package builder on some details that are required to build the OCI image. Once we build a configuration package, we place it in an image registry. And in this case, I'm using Upbound Cloud Registry. And you can see I have some test runs already. I'm up to 0.9. So in this demonstration, I'll go to 0.10. And then I also have another directory here that's not part of the package. There are some directories here that don't get evaluated when we build the Crossplane configuration package. We just provide some ignores in the build statement, real similar to a get ignore type file. One of the directories that is not involved in building the package is this configuration directory. Once we have a configuration package stored in our image registry, we can apply it to a cluster from the command line, or we can apply a resource manifest that instructs Crossplane on where to fetch the package from. And that's what I'm doing here. So I have a resource manifest that is a Crossplane configuration. And within this, it's currently set to 0.9. This is what Argo CD is looking at. So what's going to happen is I will update some definitions within my package. I will push that in a commit to this repo. On push, GitHub Actions is going to pick this up. It will update the image itself and push it to Upbound Cloud Registry. And then also at the end of that workflow, it's going to retag this with the new image semver. So when I go to 0.10, this file will be updated to 0.10 here, and Argo CD is going to see that change and synchronize it to our cluster, which Crossplane is then going to pick up and synchronize within the Crossplane running config. Let's take a look at it. Starting from my GitHub Actions, we can see that what I've outlined in the blog post, same thing here. We're checking it out. We're authenticating to the registry, picking out the version from a tag on the git commit, creating the package and applying that version tag, pushing the package, and then at the very end, I'm performing the update manifest, just doing as said with that tag version again, committing it, and that's where Argo CD picks up. So that's the GitHub Actions. We can see within Argo CD, we have an application defined, and it's picking up that package and starting with it here. So if we look here, our desired manifest is at 0.9. That will change to 0.10. And from that package, Crossplane starts to build everything out. You can see Crossplane uses some package revisioning here. And then these are the actual components that are in that package, the composite resource definitions and the compositions themselves. If we look at what's running in the cluster right now, we should see that package version. And here you see the package that is at V009. Let me try to stretch that out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is update part of my configuration package. I'll just update this CIDR. I'll change it from 0.1 to 0.2. Save my change. And then I'll just tag it from within VS Code. The first thing I'm going to do is commit it. We'll call this CIDR. And now, before we push that up, we'll just use command palette and we can create a tag. I'll call this tag V0.0.10. And within VS Code, we have to annotate them or it won't push them for some reason. So just do it again. And now we can push and follow our tags. If we go to our GitHub repo, we'll see the action kicked off. and we're complete. So if we look at our configuration, we're now at 0.10. If we look at our image registry, we have the new image placed in it. And if we finally look at what Argo CD did, if it's synced yet, it has not synced yet. So I'll do a manual sync. We can see Argo CD picked up that change and delivered it to our cluster. So if we go and look at our cluster now, oops, get packages, you can see we went from 0.9 originally, and now we're at that 0.10. So that's it. That's automating the build of a Crossplane package. When you commit to your repo, everything is picked up from there for you and delivered to your running cluster.